Hello lovely people, hope you're doing marvellously well. As ever, please subscribe. There's a notifications bell down there. It's bell-shaped. If you hit that, you'll be notified when we have a new video. Okay, so those of you that have been following for a while or will probably know that we also have a website, producelikeapro.com, which has tons of blogs in it, other free videos, drum samples, all that kinds of fun stuff. But also we have an academy in there. I'm not trying to sell you the academy. You can join if you like. What I am going to do is show you what we do in the academy. Each month we do a breakdown of a song. So I'm going to do a little bit of a breakdown in a song, and better still, this is the preview, review of my own product. And also we're going to give you 3 chances, 3 lifetime memberships to the Produce Like a Pro Academy. I think at the moment we have around about 30 multi-tracks in there, 30 multi-tracks. And they've got multi-tracks from drummers like Victor Indrizzo, Vinnie Colaiuta, Blair Sinter, lots of amazing drummers. You've got bass players like John Button, Sean Hurley, Dan Rothschild. You've got guitar players like, of course, Tim Pierce. It's an amazing way to get hold of some of the best musicians, recorded in some of the best studios, and also some other stuff like recorded like with 3 mics on the drum kit, stuff recorded on tape that's been transferred to Pro Tools, stuff that's recorded only using virtual instruments, and everything in between. We cover all the bases. And the great thing about all this material is you can use it in your resume. You can say, hey, I mixed a Vinnie Colaiuta song. You can mix a song with the, I don't know, arguably the world's greatest drummer. At least all the great drummers I know think Vinnie's the greatest. So anyway, he's definitely the most humblest and easiest to work with. Enter the raffle. There's a link around there. We'll be choosing 3 winners for a lifetime access. So, and it's a really fun time. But most importantly, let's give you a little insight into what we do. Each month we do a full mix breakdown. Let's pick something here. Now this song, for instance, let's just pick the drums. This song is an interesting one because it was recorded using a very small drum kit, the one in there, which is a 64 Ludwig. And it's a nice little kit, and the drummer played it. And these are the basic elements, which is basically kick, snare top, snare bottom, hat, rack, floor, and overheads. Pretty tiny, heavily EQ'd and compressed and all kinds of fun stuff. Why is that, you ask? Well, because I actually added some samples on this. And I've got a little reverse effect. So there's an addictive kick and an addictive snare, just one of each. So just one stereo sample of each, and we get this. So what do we do here? We like talking about fun things. So we're going to make this about the reverse snare. So here's the reverse snare. It's basically not just a reverse snare. If you listen to it, you'll hear reverb on it. So how do we do that? Let's make one. Let's create a stereo track here. All we have to do is take one of these snares. All I did there was just tab to transient. I can then tab to the next transient, copy that down here. Okay, now go to your audio suite when you're in Pro Tools or whatever it is in your DAW, and just get like a nice big reverb. Like it defaults to the whole one here. So let's just process that at 100%. Call this the rev snare for reverse snare. So what I did was just process it, simple as that. Now you can clip gain that, or you can just gain it. I'm going to gain it, you know, in Pro Tools just to give it, I don't know, let's make it that much louder. Okay. Now I can manipulate this to be whatever I like. Now what I'm doing, you see I cut it on a bar. Why do I do that? Well, I did it on a bar because then when I flip it, it's going to be exactly beats or bar length. It's a nice way to think about this. If you're going to do it, don't do it in slip mode, do it in grid mode, because then you're going to get the in and out points. Well, the in point mainly is going to be on a beat. It means you can shorten it to whatever you want. What I've got here, as you can see, is a little over a quarter note long. So now what you're going to do is you're going to come up here We're going to go to Other, and in Pro Tools, we're going to go to Reverse. So let's just flip it, like such. And there you go, reverse snare. Simple as that. Very easy to do. Now, there are plugins that simulate it as well. As you can see, I just cut that off there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little fade on it. I'm also going to pretty tasty. So now I can put that in here, go back to my drums, add this one here. That's quite a lot more dramatic than the one I have in there, but I like it. So add the original one I did in mono. Oh, I kind of like the new one better. There you go. And that was the bog standard, opened up the Avid Audio Suite reverb and did that immediately. So great little reverse snare technique. And it's great on drums. It just adds some energy it's different. And especially on a band like this, if we recall the whole song, you'll see what I mean.
Paradise reinforced with promises, held strong by both of our dreams.
It like adds an extra energy to the drums. It's really cool. So as you can see, I went for a small drum kit sound and then just reinforced it with this. It's quite aggressive. But this is like a dance band. This is a band that has dance elements, you know, with rock and roll.
We were a good one. Why did it have to fade? We were a good one.
Tons of different little reverse stuff. So what I'll do sometimes is I'll find like an explosion, a big drum sound or whatever, and if you listen here, you'll see what I mean. See here, explosion sound. Have a listen to this. That's just a reverse cymbal. So again, nice tricks. You can just reverse a cymbal. You can put verb on it as well if you like. Here's. What that was a kick drum and a cymbal blended together and reversed with verb on them. So basically you take the kick and the cymbal and you put reverb on those and then flip it around. You can hear that. You can hear what it does. Because that is from the kick. Listen to the big kick with explosive reverb and a cymbal blended in. It's amazing. So, and that's reversed. So that gives us like the downbeat of the chorus.
It's too bad how things change.
These little reverse tricks are a lot of fun to kind of add extra energy to our mixes. So let's build a quick version of that just for schnitz and schniggles, just so I can illustrate. Here we already have a cymbal ready to go. Okay, there's going to be a big kick up here. This won't be the same. It's not as big as a kick as I used before, but it's going to give you an idea. So let's create 2 stereo files. Just for the heck of it. Take this cymbal down here. And we can blend this afterwards. We can leave this independent. It doesn't really matter at this point. Okay, we'll get to the reverb. We're going to go back for the old favorite. Look at that. Default setting. Process. Okay, let's have a listen. I mean, it's different, but it's good. I think I would bring the kick up in relation to it. See? Fantastic. Okay, so now for schnitz and schniggles. Let's go and gain that up. I don't know, 186 again. It's great for a downbeat. See how simple that is? Right, have a listen.
It's too bad how things change.
God bless it. Now, of course, we can take that and reverse it. So if we just take those 2 bars here, we go into our Audio Suite and Pro Tools, or whatever the particular, in your DAW it's called, and just go along and reverse that. And we'll get this.
It's too bad how
It's a little interesting having that double kick in there. I'd probably like pull the kick out, maybe even just do this and move these both up a little closer and have this. But great. Simple things with reverse reverb, so just reversing things. It doesn't always have to have the reverb on it. I like the reverb on it because it takes away some of the excessive build. It doesn't have such an on-off feel if you've got a reverb on it, because the reverb decay can go a lot smaller than maybe a cymbal, which is psst. So you don't have to use the reverb, but I like it. All right, great. So this is the kind of fun stuff we do in the Academy. So please enter the raffle down below, sign up on the mailing list, and you're going to get a whole bunch of free goodies. And hope to see you in there. Have a marvelous time recording and mixing, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.